Okay, here's a quick look at the E-mini S&P through the eyes of E-mini Day Trader for Friday, July the 23rd. So, we had mentioned on yesterday's video that we were looking for 1085 to hold, and overnight the market reached 1085.75, and in the overnight session it hit 1084. So that area held nicely, and then the market ended up with a nice rally for the day up into the resistance area of 1099 and actually closed above it. So our next target here is 1105, and then 1108, and then 1113. So some good support here, and should the market pull back a little bit, we would be looking at support in around the 1096, 1093 area if it were to pull back. But obviously we still have that bullish bias as we did have going into today. So today really did confirm the intraday directional bias as we saw it. So it changed a few times this week, but back on the long side starting yesterday. So here's our market profiles using the regular trading hours only. And for our actual trade, mechanical trades, we did not have any in the first half, but it got busier in the second, and you can see these series of buy triggers here. A couple of them were hit on the long side later in the day, right to the tick, this last one, which made for a nice run up very late in the session. Although that is kind of late in the session, so it's on a Friday afternoon in the summer, you got to be somewhat aggressive to take that. This trade here was actually the first trade that we got into for the day, and it had a nice run up. Ran up 5 points in our favor, so easily reaching our first two and a nice profit on the final partial as well. We had another trade when the market came down here. You can see this down arrow. And so we did try and get short here. We didn't get filled. We ended up getting short right here, and then we're stopped out at break even on that particular trade. But then we were able to get in short here. You can see this other red arrow here. Just to highlight those, we actually did have 3 red arrows here, which are of course are short trades. This one blue arrow here was not taken because we were still in the long trade when it was set up and triggered. So no trade on that. So we ended up with this is our first trade, a very nice trade. The second trade here turned out to be a break even, and the third trade here worked out to be quite nice. It did immediately come down, hit our first two objectives, and then stop us at a break even on the final partial. These trades here were 4 and 5. I sort of put those as optional because even though our mechanical trades identified them beautifully and went down just to the tick and then had a nice rally, we wouldn't really consider those just because of the fact that they were fired off about 15 minutes before the top of the hour, so only 30 minutes left in the day. And on a Friday afternoon, even though the market had confirmed all of our upward bias, that's still a kind of precarious trade. So we wouldn't really, we would advise against taking them that late in the session on a Friday afternoon in the summertime. So 3 trades on a conservative basis, one of them break even, and the other 2. Trade number 3 reached our second objective with a fill, and the first trade was our best trade that moved 5 points in our favor. So a nice day of trading, and as we're saying, the market could well, the next target to the upside is around 1105, then 1108, then 1113. So we got some good room to move up with around 96 to 93 being likely support. So any questions or comments, please get a hold of us at info@eminidaytrader. Always enjoy hearing your comments and questions. So have a great weekend. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you on Monday.